a wave of major changes is being discussed in Washington, and millions of families who rely on Section 8 and other federal housing support could be directly affected. Rising rents, record homelessness, and growing waiting lists already place huge pressure on the housing system. Now, proposals involving budget cuts and program restructuring could make it harder to get vouchers, delay construction of affordable housing units, and reduce the number of families currently receiving support. With the housing market tightening nationwide and cost of living increasing, these developments demand immediate attention from anyone who depends on federal housing programs. If you use Section 8, are on a waiting list, or know someone who relies on housing assistance, this update is essential. Some of these proposals could reshape eligibility rules, voucher funding, landlord participation, and even the process of moving between states. It's important to stay informed before any major changes take effect. Please like and subscribe to Social Security Post and comment your city and state so we can track which areas need state-specific updates. Your location helps us give the most accurate information possible. One of the biggest concerns right now is the proposed cut to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, commonly known as HUD. The administration's 2026 blueprint includes potential reductions in the billions, directly impacting housing choice vouchers, public housing maintenance, and homelessness prevention programs. Housing authorities, including the Omaha Housing Authority, have explained that cuts of this size could reduce the number of vouchers issued, close waitlists, lengthen approval times, and worsen existing shortages. These proposed cuts are part of a broader push to reduce federal spending, but housing experts warn the impact on low-income households could be severe. These budget reductions are not final, but they are actively being negotiated. If they move forward, they could heavily limit affordable housing construction and maintenance. Public housing complexes already face a massive national maintenance backlog estimated at nearly $70 billion, and reductions to HUD could cause these problems to worsen. With inflation raising construction costs and rents continuing to rise, shrinking federal support would leave many housing authorities unable to meet demand. The outcome of this budget negotiation will play a major role in determining how much help vulnerable Americans receive in 2026. Another proposal calls for moving Section 8 from a unified federal system into 50 separate state-controlled voucher programs. Currently, Section 8 follows federal rules no matter where you live, making the income tests, inspection standards, and landlord requirements consistent across the United States. If the program is shifted to state authority, each state would be free to create its own eligibility rules, application processes, payment standards, and landlord participation policies. This could create large differences between states, making the system more complicated for families, especially for seniors and people with disabilities who rely on consistency. Portability is one of the biggest concerns. Today, families can relocate from one state to another and take their voucher with them under federal law. But if Section 8 becomes state-run, portability may be restricted or eliminated depending on the state's rules. This could make relocating for medical care, employment, or family support far more difficult. Some states may impose new waiting lists, additional paperwork, or even denials. Housing experts warn that shifting control to states may also increase administrative costs, meaning less funding goes toward helping families and more goes toward bureaucracy. For now, the positive news is that all major housing programs are fully funded for the fiscal year 2025. The One Big Beautiful Bill secured enough federal dollars to keep Section 8 vouchers active and ensure landlords continue receiving payments through September 30th, 2025. This protection is similar to what the SNAP program received for the year. Families using vouchers do not need to worry about immediate disruptions. Housing authorities will continue regular operations, ongoing projects, and voucher renewals during this period. The concern begins in October 2025, when the government enters the fiscal year 2026 budget cycle. The administration has openly stated that programs including Section 8, SNAP, SSI, and other safety net supports are under review for possible funding cuts or restructuring. If the proposed reductions to HUD go through, fewer vouchers may be issued, and projects planned for 2026 could be delayed or canceled. High-rent states like California, New York, Washington, and Colorado would feel the impact most strongly because they rely more heavily on federal dollars. Families and seniors are encouraged to secure housing resources now and stay alert as 2026 negotiations continue. In Birmingham, a major new opportunity has opened for seniors age 62 and older. The Housing Authority of Birmingham District is accepting applications from November 18th to November 21st for a brand new $42 million affordable housing development. This facility contains 143 two-bedroom units, all designed for independent senior living. The building opened in June 2025, but no residents have moved in yet, meaning this is the first chance for seniors to apply. With rents rising across Alabama, this development provides a rare opportunity for stable and affordable housing. This project is part of a larger national trend where local housing authorities are pushing to complete developments before potential federal budget cuts hit in 2026. Seniors across Alabama face long waiting lists for subsidized housing, often stretching years. This new property could significantly reduce housing insecurity for older adults living on fixed incomes. Applications can be completed online or through paper forms available locally. With such a short application window, seniors are encouraged to act quickly to secure a spot. Iowa City has created an incentive program offering landlords $1,000 for renting to a single adult using a housing voucher and $2,000 for renting to families with children. The goal is to expand available rental options for voucher holders, since many families wait years for a voucher only to struggle finding a landlord willing to accept it. The program is managed by the Iowa City Housing Authority and is part of a pilot effort to reduce homelessness and increase housing stability for families and individuals with disabilities. Funding is limited, so incentives will continue only while funds last. Across the nation, voucher holders often wait 6 months to a year to find a landlord willing to accept Section 8, even after being approved. Some lose their vouchers entirely because they cannot secure housing within the allowed time frame. Iowa City hopes these incentives will reduce that problem by encouraging more landlords to participate. If proven successful, similar programs may appear in other states. However, any federal funding reductions in 2026 could limit the expansion of programs like this, making the next year especially important for low-income families seeking stable housing. The housing assistance system is entering a period of uncertainty. Section 8, SNAP, SSI, and other federal programs are all being reviewed as part of the 2026 budget negotiations. Although everything is funded through 2025, the next fiscal year could bring changes to eligibility, voucher amounts, funding levels, and the overall structure of the program. With rents hitting record highs in many states and homelessness increasing nationwide, any reduction in housing assistance could have major consequences. Staying informed is essential for families who rely on these supports. Social Security Post will continue providing timely updates as new proposals, budget decisions, and local housing opportunities emerge. Please share your experience in the comments. Has it been difficult to find landlords who accept vouchers? Have you ever had a voucher expire before you found a home? Your stories help others understand what is happening in different states. Before you leave, please like and subscribe to Social Security Post and tell us your city and state so we can continue tailoring updates specifically for your area.